Governors of 7 states have moved to ban sales of new gasoline-powered cars by 2035. Still an ambitious climate goal, faces a number of challenges along the way.
Spotlight on America's Chris Daniels takes us to central Washington state and a place that may be on the front lines of any change.
If you squint long enough looking through the sagebrush in this field, you can simultaneously see a new frontier amidst the Old West. Brandon Burgess,
if you want to pop your hood,
sits on the edge of it as the owner of the Old McBride's on State Highway 171 in Moses Lake, Washington.
The business, however, was established on this spot in May 1941.
Now called Affordable Auto Services.
We're one of the last full-service gas stations around.
Would you consider yourself like a mom and pop's station?
Yeah, I mean, we're family-owned, family-operated. My wife works. We got my son that works during the summer.
His family business in the heart of the city is facing a clock with a stated Washington state goal to phase out the sale of new petroleum-powered cars by 2035.
The problem with electric cars is not that people won't buy them. It's we can't produce enough of them right now.
Washington's Governor Jay Inslee has joined other states across the country in publicly calling for a ban in 12 years. But the National Alliance for Automotive Innovation says electric vehicle infrastructure is lagging, with significant fast charging gaps across the country, and the amount of current EVs per charger well above recommended ratios. The AAI president told Spotlight on America, "We're just not adding public charging in this country nearly fast enough to keep up with sales projections."
Do you think it's truly attainable to phase out gasoline-powered cars by 2035?
Absolutely. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's possible.
Rick Luby has a few reasons to be optimistic.
Think about the smartphone. Can you imagine not owning a smartphone? The first iPhone just came out 15 years ago. And so I think that's the kind of transformation and that kind of acceleration of adoption that we can see with EVs as we improve the performance, as we alleviate charge anxiety.
He's the CEO of Woodinville-based Group 14, which was recently awarded a $100 million federal grant to plant some seeds in that field and build a commercial-scale factory to produce powder for silicon batteries, capable, he says, of powering 200,000 EVs a year and faster than current models.
It enables a completely different level of performance in the battery, 50% more energy density, which means 50% more range. You know, if you can charge your car in 5 or 10 minutes, maybe you don't even need that much range, so you get a smaller battery pack.
Back in Moses Lake, Brandon may be at the literal crossroads with his view of the future and connection to the past.
You're like somewhere in between there.
We're going to have to adapt and to figure out a way to service both.
2035, do you think that's an attainable goal?
To say 2035, no more gas vehicles or no more gas vehicles to be sold, we got a long way to go, I think.
He wonders if the grid in such a small town will also be able to handle the demands.
That's what we pride ourselves in, is taking the additional time to do the job right the first time.
Which is why, at least from his vantage point, there will continue to be room for high tech, plus mom and pop too. For Spotlight on America, I'm Chris Daniels.